Hola! Hi, it's me, Joe, and it's actually been a while since I've uploaded a video. I'm so sorry. I have so many video topics I want to get to. I just haven't sat down and made a video. I'm sorry, and I want to make this one very short, actually. But I actually want to talk today about something a little bit topical, or yes, very pop cultural, very of the moment, and that is why the world is so mean to Rachel Zegler. And I want to talk about this, and I want to start by saying, because I have my thoughts. I want to start by saying Rachel is extremely talented, such a good singer, such a good actress, as we've seen, such a good dancer, and very beautiful, in my opinion, an amazing performer, an amazing person. Or, yes, an amazing performer, because I do not know her personally. But, and truthfully, an activist, someone who is extremely passionate, all of these amazing qualities. But I think what people have a hard time with is, I don't want to just call her outspoken. I want to say people have a hard time with people who have everything, who seemingly have everything. Like all those things that I just mentioned, you'd be lucky if you had one of those things. If you were a great singer, you'd be lucky if you were just a great dancer, or just a great actor, or if you were just pretty. If you were just, a conventionally attractive person, if you're lucky if you have one of those things. For Rachel to have seemingly all of them and to have the luck of the world, which is like to be in these acclaimed films, which is The Hunger Games and West Side Story, and in a DC movie, even though that wasn't like whatever. But to also be a Disney princess, like to have seemingly been handed the world because of her talents and because of her beauty and whatever it is, whatever the world may think. It seems extremely unfair. I'm just trying to grasp it from what I think the world is viewing it. It seems like you need to be pegged down because it is so hard to grasp that someone can seemingly have it all and not be humbled a bit. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I am not nearly as talented or nearly as beautiful or nearly as rich or nearly as anything or nearly as opportune or gotten all of these experiences. You need to understand that you aren't all that. On top of everything, perfectly humble, perfectly graceful, says the correct things. If you're going to claim your Hispanic side, it better be fully, and you better be fluent, and you better have lived there while you were in your developmental years. Like, it is an impossible bar, but it is one that has been set for Rachel specifically because of how talented and great she is. And these are just my theories. These are just my thoughts. Like, I don't know if many people are going to think the same of Timothée Chalamet, who's a fantastic actor. They don't expect him to be perfect in other areas, like the best speaker, because we already know he can be a bit awkward or introverted or whatever it is. We don't expect him to be the smartest or the best dancer or whatever it is. Like, no one expects that because, not that no one expects it, but it is not the bar for Timothy. The bar for Timothy is acting. The bar for Timothy is to do this one thing well, and we love you for it, and we see your flaws in other areas. And to find Rachel so unbelievably flawless that it angers you to the point where she has said something a little bit outspoken or quirky or a little bit like, oh, I don't really like the way she said that necessarily. And I can feel that way without feeling like I've been personally attacked and that she has a vendetta against me. And on top of all the amazing things that you are not the most perfect and eloquent speaker. And you don't think ahead of how the internet might perceive how you've mentioned this thing. And we don't want this thing. We don't want what you've been saying. And even though we've heard it from other Disney princesses before, we don't want that. We don't want what you're talking about right now. We don't want the princess saving herself. Oh, she's so like woke and so this and so that. And we should just get rid of her and she should just go away. And she's the reason this movie is such a failure, when I could have told you the movie wasn't going to do great without Rachel even being in it. I could have told you that wasn't going to happen. Like, how many Snow White fans do you know? I know zero. And I know people. There's just no way. And I know Disney fans. Like, I am a Disney fanatic and I don't think I've seen Snow White ever. So that is something to think about. I think the world is just really trying to humble a person who they can't comprehend. And that is a compliment to Rachel, but also a really sad truth because I know people are going to say it's because she tweeted this. It's because Rachel has never like come for it. It is as if she kicked someone. It is as if she insulted an entire race of people by using slurs. It is as if that is how people are reacting. People are reacting like she slipped up and they found a video of her saying a certain word, or they found something on her and they do not want to let go of the boot they have on her neck, and they just want her to keep going down. But instead her star keeps rising, and they're like, let's manipulate that because that is a little bit too much for me to handle in my quaint living environment. I have not been given the opportunities. It is very easy to be jealous, and it is a hard thing for people to understand when they're jealous, because the jealousy is so quick and so fleeting, it goes straight into anger, and they don't realize that anger is entirely fueled by the jealousy. Entirely. Because you may have found something you do not like about a person. It is not, an offense. It really isn't. It is not an offense to you. It is not. Truly, it could have been like, oh, I didn't necessarily love that. I'm going to move on. These are not the things that require this amount of hatred. The things that I've read just about Rachel, to Rachel, I don't know how she is actively breathing. Like, I don't know if I could handle I hope that I could, but like, wow, people are mean. Wow. And I'm truly not a diehard fan of hers or anything like that. I do think she's fantastic. I do think when she's in something, she gives it 100%. She's very passionate. She's very good. And that sometimes leads her to speak before understanding maybe what the circumstances are. I've heard her call herself a narcissist before. I don't think she's out here attacking communities, or like, instead she's being overly passionate and lifting up who she feels are the underprivileged and things like that. And people are upset, not necessarily about that, but the way she goes about things, because it is hard to comprehend a person being all around, and you can bring up an example of people, oh, we can well, what about this person? They're perfect in seemingly every way, and they're graceful, and they're eloquent and all that, and we accept them, and we love them. We don't try to put them down. It is more than likely that person is not outspoken. That person is not, like, I'll give Zendaya out there, like, and you could give her own flaws if you wanted to, but truly, if you want to say Zendaya is a perfect person, and she also speaks well and doesn't, she's not, like, annoying when she talks or whatever the heck, Zendaya is not outspoken about her opinions. She's just not. The girl keeps to herself, and that's honestly the way to go, I've seen. But like, when someone decides not to do that and they want to be outspoken, everybody has a problem because they seemingly have the rest of the world. But you can't have this part. You can't have our favor. You need to be told how awful you are, how much of a flop your movie is constantly, and it's your fault because you're outspoken, and ha ha ha. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that point out there because I haven't heard it too much, and I don't know. I just like, what are we doing? We're better than this. Like, we have to be. But yeah, and I don't want to be the type to say if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. It truly does not require your input. It really doesn't. It is not that serious for any of this. It is so sad, and none of y'all. And you'll wait till someone does something to hurt themselves that's when you stop, or you dig your heels in deeper because you're beyond embarrassed and beyond shamed. It's two things. There's two sides, and I've seen both happen. So, but anyway, I just wanted to bring that to light, guys. Like, let's if you don't like something, move on. Be an adult. Oh my god. But yeah, anyway, bye.